6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango is 19 nautical miles south of Tenga at 7,400 feet, requesting IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi. Turkish 256 Heavy is 16 nautical miles west of Batam Hang at 5,000 feet,
6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, continue as filed, expect the IELTS approach.
Roger, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Turkish 256 Heavy, expect vectors for the IELTS approach runway 2 left at Singapore Changi. November 4447 is 18 nautical miles southwest of Singapore Payer at 13,600 feet, requesting GPS approach any runway at Singapore Changi.
Singapore approach, Singapore 513 Heavy, review at 3000.
Roger, Turkish 256 Heavy.
Singapore 513 Heavy, radar contact. Singapore 007, expect vectors to Singapore Changi. Singapore 007 is 9 nautical miles south of Singapore Payer at 9,000 feet, requesting IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi. Sri Lankan 214 is 15 nautical miles east of Keraman at 10,000 feet, requesting IELTS approach any runway at Singapore Changi. Singapore 007, execute missed approach, turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 8,000. Roger, Singapore 007. India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee is 12 nautical miles south of Singapore Payer at 3,100 feet, requesting IELTS approach runway 2 left at Singapore Changi. Zulu Lima Uniform Kilo Echo, turn left heading 260 and hold over Ignan at 10,000, right turns, do not exceed 230 knots. United 330 Uniform Papa Heavy, turn left heading 170 and hold over VTK 25 at 10,000, left turns, do not exceed 230 knots. India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee, expect vectors for the IELTS approach runway 2 left at Singapore Changi.
Turn left heading 170 and hold over VTK 25 at 10,000, left turns, Wilco, United 330 Uniform Papa Heavy.
November 4447, expect vectors for the IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi. November 4447, execute missed approach, turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 8,000. Singapore approach, Sri Lankan 342 India November, review at 19,000. Forina 782, expect vectors for the IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi.
Singapore approach, India Foxtrot Papa Romeo, review at 5,000.
Executing missed approach, turn left heading 020, descend and maintain 8,000, November 4447. Emirates 349, expect vectors for the IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi. Emirates 349, turn left heading 240, climb and maintain 6,500. Singapore 286, turn right heading 220, climb and maintain 6,000. Singapore 007 is 4 nautical miles southwest of Changi Air at 7,300 feet, requesting IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi.
Turn right heading 220, climb and maintain 6,000, Singapore 286. Singapore approach, Sky Moldova 828, review at 8,000.
Sri Lankan 169 Heavy. 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, descend and maintain 3,000,
Descend and maintain 3,000, maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer, cleared IELTS runway 2 center, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Alpha Papa Bravo Mike Sierra Super, you're in an active airspace, please contact Singapore approach on 124.6. Cathay 853, you're in an active airspace, please contact Singapore approach on 124.6. Sri Lankan 342 India November, expect vectors to Singapore Changi. Alpha Papa Bravo Mike Sierra Super is 14 nautical miles west of Batam Hang at 4,500 feet, requesting flight following to Singapore Changi. Singapore 007 is 0 nautical miles south of Singapore Changi at 8,000 feet, requesting IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi. Roger, Sri Lankan 342 India November.
Cathay 853 is 18 nautical miles southwest of Singapore Payer at 4,900 feet, requesting IELTS approach any runway at Singapore Changi.
Roger, Delta Hotel Lima 8330 Heavy. Turn right heading 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, maintain 180 knots until 6.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Turkish 256 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Turkish 256 Heavy.
Alpha Papa Bravo Mike Sierra Super, expect vectors for runway 2 left at Singapore Changi. Sri Lankan 342 India November, requesting descent to 11,000.
2,500.
Sri Lankan 214, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Executing missed approach, Singapore 007. Air China 969 Heavy, you're in an active airspace, please contact Singapore approach on 124.6. Maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final, Sri Lankan 214. Cathay 853, continue as filed, expect the IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi.
Roger, Cathay 853.
Roger, Alpha Papa Bravo Mike Sierra Super. Alpha Papa Bravo Mike Sierra Super, turn left heading 360, descend and maintain 2,000. Singapore 895, airport is unable to accept arriving traffic, please divert to a suitable airport. Singapore 895, turn right heading 010, climb and maintain 6000. Turn right heading 010, climb and maintain 6000, Singapore 895.
Itero 087 is 0 nautical miles northwest of Changi Air at 1,200 feet, requesting oils approach any runway at Singapore Changi.
Singapore approach, Sky Moldova 828, with you at 8000.
Air China 969 heavy, descend and maintain 2000. Sri Lankan 214, continue as filed, expect the IELTS approach runway 2 center at Singapore Changi.
Turkish 256 heavy, request frequency change.
Cathay 853, maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final.
Maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final, Cathay 853.
Sky Moldova 828, radar contact. Singapore 007 is 7 nautical miles northeast of Singapore Changi at 8,000 feet, requesting visual approach any runway at Singapore Changi. Roger, Qantas 365 heavy. Sri Lankan 342 India November, turn left heading 150 and hold over admin at 11,000, right turns, do not exceed 230 knots. Singapore 295, turn left heading 140 and hold over basics at 12,000. 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, contact Singapore Changi Tower on 118.6.
Contacting Singapore Changi Tower on 118.6, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Cathay 85.
Singapore Changi Tower, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, inbound on the ILS runway 2 center.
6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, wind 360 at 8.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 2 center, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Air China 969 heavy, wind 360 at 8. Number 2, runway 2 left,
500.
cleared to land.
Cathay 853, requesting change to runway 2 left.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 left, Air China 969 heavy.
400.
Sri Lankan 214, maintain slowest practical speed. Maintain slowest practical speed, Sri Lankan 214. Southern Air
300.
5167 Foxtrot, request frequency change. Sri Lankan 214, wind
200.
360 at 8. Number 2, runway 2 center, cleared to land.
200.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 center, Sri Lankan 214. Cathay
100.
853, unable. Cathay 853, wind 360 at 8.
40,
Number 2,
30,
runway 2 center,
20.
cleared to land.
10.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 center, Cathay 853.
Southern Air 5167 Foxtrot, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Southern Air 5167 Foxtrot, good day. Thank you, good day, Southern 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, when able turn left.
Wilco, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Turkish 256 heavy, when able turn right and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Wilco, Turkish 256 heavy.
Six Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, please expedite. Six Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, thank you. Singapore 235 Kilo Echo, line up and wait runway 2 left. Line up and wait runway 2 left, Singapore 235 Kilo Echo. Six Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, contact Singapore Changi ground on 124.3.
Contacting Singapore Changi ground on 124.3, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Sri Lankan 214, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Singapore Changi ground, Lufthansa 1602, ready for pushback with information Victor.
Lufthansa 1602, pushback approved.
Pushback approved. Singapore Changi ground, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, request taxi to 203 at the other terminals.
6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, 6 Yankee Mike Alpha Tango.
Air China 969.
Singapore Changi ground, Turkish 256 heavy, request taxi to C15 of the other terminals.
Singapore Changi ground, Japan Air 319 Victor Golf, ready to taxi to runway 2 center with information Victor. Oscar Kilo Yankee Alpha Echo, runway 2 center, taxi via Victor 10, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 center via Victor 10, Oscar Kilo Yankee Alpha Echo.
Japan Air 319 Victor Golf, runway 2 center, taxi via contact tower when ready. Turkish 256 heavy, taxi to C15 via.
Taxiing to C15 via, Turkish 256 heavy.
Taxiing to runway 2 center via, Japan Air 319 Victor Golf.
Singapore Changi ground, Wagonair 002 Alpha Alpha, ready to taxi with information Victor.
Wagonair 002 Alpha Alpha, runway 2 center, taxi via contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 center via, Wagonair 002 Alpha Alpha. Singapore Changi ground, Air China 969 heavy, request taxi to parking. Singapore Changi ground, Sri Lankan 214, request taxi to D40R of the other terminals.
Air China 969 heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Air China 969 heavy.
Sri Lankan 214, taxi to D40R via.
Taxiing to D40R via, Sri Lankan 214.
Singapore Changi ground, Lufthansa 1602, ready to taxi to runway 2 left with information Victor.
Lufthansa 1602, runway 2 left, taxi via Victor, Whiskey 10, contact tower when ready. Lufthansa 1602, runway 2 left, taxi via Victor, Whiskey, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 left via Victor, Whiskey, Lufthansa 1602.